Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself, Dr. Mahendra Mote, working as Assistant Professor of Animal Husbandry and Dairy Science at Research cum Development Project on Cattle, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith, Rauri. Friends, in this video, we will see regarding effect of abiotic stress on livestock physiology, part 3. As this topic was a large topic, I have divided it into 3 parts. In first part or in first video, we have already discussed on different basic things related to this topic. In second part or second video, we have gone through effect of heat stress on rectal temperature, respiration rate, pulse rate, body temperature, digestion and metabolism of livestock. We have also seen the effect of heat stress on male and female reproduction, embryonic development, fetus development, etc. in livestock. If you have not gone through first and second part of this topic, just go in description and watch both the videos on my YouTube channel. Now in this video, we will see what are the effect of heat stress on hormonal changes, what are the effect at molecular level, effect on production and effect on health of livestock. Now we will see effect of heat stress on hormonal changes. Environmental stressors activate the hypothalamo-pituitary adrenal cortical axis and sympathoadrenal medullary axis. Increase in plasma concentration of cortisol and corticosterone and less frequently an increase in plasma epinephrine and non-epinephrine concentration in heat stressed animals. Concentration of tridothyroin and thyroxine in plasma and in milk of lactating cows reduce in heat stress. Birth weights of hosting cows reduced as lower concentration of estrone sulfate in plasma of heat stress animal was found. During high ambient temperature, the concentrations of glucocorticoids and catecholamine were found to be elevated. During prolonged heat exposure, plasma aldosterone level was reported to decline. An increase in plasma prolactin concentration in dairy cows. Prolactin is involved in meeting increased water and electrolyte demands of heat-stressed animals. Now if you see here, higher amounts of glucocorticoids are secreted under stress and glucocorticoids are excreted by urine and feces of the animals. So we have discussed this in previous slide. Chronic heat stress in cattle reduce plasma concentration of thyroxine, glucocorticoids and growth hormone. Prolactin, a hormone important for galactopoiesis and lactation persistency, is elevated during thermal stress. IGF-I is expressed at lower levels during heat stress. Testosterone level during heat stress initial decline in circulating concentrations of lasting 2 weeks but restored even in the face of continued heat stress in bulls and pigs. Now if you see this diagram, you can see there are short-term stress responses and long-term stress responses. If you see these short-term effects of epinephrine and norepinephrine, the glycogen broken down to glucose increased blood glucose, then increased blood pressure, increased breathing rate, increased metabolic rate, change in blood flow patterns leading to increased alertness and decreased digestive and kidney activity. In case of long-term stress response, there are effects of mineralocorticoids in which there is a retention of sodium ions and water by kidneys and increased blood volume and blood pressure. Then the effects of glucocorticoids, those are proteins and fats breakdown and converted to glucose, leading to increased blood glucose. Immune system may suppressed. Then effect of heat stress at molecular level. Heat shock proteins prevent their interaction with neighbor proteins and consequently the loss of protein function. Heat shock proteins can be classified as HSP 110, 100, 90, 70, 60, 40, 10 and small HSP families. Heat stress increased both heat shock protein 70 and heat shock proteins 90 in sheep, buffalo, cattle, broilers and goats. It increases due to increased damage proteins number as heat shock proteins are induced as a mechanism of cellular defense and or repair. Now if you see gene expression changes, that includes activation of heat shock transcription factor, increased expression of HSP, decreased expression and synthesis of other proteins. Protein synthesis as well as DNA and RNA polymerization is broken under heat stress, whereas protein and RNA synthesis recovers rapidly after the heat exposure. DNA synthesis remains inhibited during a longer period. The messenger RNA level of heat shock protein 70 in lymphocytes was increased with increase in THI in dairy cows. The messenger RNA expression of HSP60 and HSP90 was significantly higher in all goats. It increases when exposed to heat stress at 35 degrees Celsius and 42 degrees Celsius. Cold stress induces the expression of CRP and RBM3 and metallothionein. Then about oxidative stress. Oxidative stress in animals during summer in tropics is heat stress. Increased production of free radicals and reactive oxygen species and a decrease in antioxidant defense. Oxidation is essential to nearly all cells in body to provide energy for vital functions. Antioxidants are those nutrients which are required to cleanse milk cells of reactive oxygen species. Vitamin E, vitamin A and vitamin C are classic examples of antioxidants. Approximately 95 to 98% of the oxygen consumed is reduced to water during aerobic metabolism, but the remaining fraction may be converted to oxidative byproducts, reactive oxygen species, that may damage the DNA of genes and contribute to degenerative changes. Now if you see here the importance of antioxidant supplementation in elevating heat stress effects. The antioxidants are given and their effects in different animals are given here. L-ascorbic acid singly and in combination with tocopherol acetate effects on heat stress layers. Ascorbic acid reduces body temperature in chickens. Glutathione supplementation is useful for heat stress boiler chickens. Selenium injection decreased rectal temperature and body weight loss in sheep. Vitamin A is plays a thermoprotective role in buffaloes. Effect of heat stress on livestock production. Animal productivity is optimized with narrow range of environmental conditions. Peak animal production, efficiency of animal production is compromised because nutrients are diverted to maintain homeostasis. Negatively impacts on a variety of productive parameters, including milk yield, growth, reproduction, meat, and eggs are observed. Thatcher and Johnson reported decline in the productions of milk and fat as direct result of high environmental temperatures. Milk production is reduced 15% when a lactating Holstein cow is transferred from an air temperature to 18 to 30 degrees Celsius. Milk fat, solid not fat, and milk protein percentage decrease by 39, 18, and 16% respectively. Bianca measured 32% reduction in milk production by breeds of cows from temperature climates exposed continuously to high, that is 35 degrees Celsius ambient temperatures. Best temperature for lactating cows is 10 to 18 degrees Celsius. Measurable decline occur in high producing cows at 24 degrees Celsius. Milk yield starts to decline at a THI of 68. Higher producing cows are more susceptible to a thermal load. Reduced nutrient intake accounts for 10 to 25% reduction in the milk yield. Now, if you see here impact of heat stress on livestock production parameters, you can see when there is an increase in temperature or the increase in heat stress conditions, there are mortality and morbidity in livestock. And when there is animals are when under heat stress condition, then the meat yield and quality it decrease, milk yield and quality decrease, then the feed intake and nutrient utilization and fertility, that is semen quality, also decreases in case of different livestocks. Now if you see the health effects of thermal stress or by heat stress, then the thermal stress does not appear to influence somatic cell count or content in milk for healthy cows, but there is an increase in clinical mastitis. 24% of cows that cowed during the warm season of May had retained placenta and they developed postpartum metritis compared to 12% for the rest of the year when temperatures were lower. Dairy cows developed 11% more ketosis during hot summer months than in the cooler season. They attributed this to negative influence of heat stress on dairy cows. Abiotic stress also increase the susceptibility of sheep to gastrointestinal parasites. Beyond vector-borne disease, intestinal nematodes develop in soil and factors such as soil humidity and temperature have a strong influence on developmental rates. Temperature and day length impose constraints on when and how ticks quest for hosts. Now if you see here the cost of heat stress in cattle, so what cost we have to pay when the animals, when they are in the heat stress. First of all, when the animals are in heat stress or they are suffering from heat, then there is increased mortalities. Then in case of reproduction, there is reduced conception rate, more anestrus cows, fall in embryo survival rate, reduced postnatal survival, there is more metritis cases, more uterine prolapse, premature and small cows are there, and very slow embryonic growth rate is observed. Then, due to heat stress, there is resistance to infectious disease caused by suppressing of the immune system. There is spread of intercurrent, respiratory and gastroenteritic infections, and mastitis is also observed. Then heat stress add capital investment to provide shade, fans, water sprinklers, etc. Then there is increase in metabolic disorders and treatment cost of milk fever, acetonemia, and other edema. And due to effect of heat stress, there is less productivity and loss of acid-base balance, depressed appetite, slower growth, indigestibility, less protein and fat, loss of body weight, inferior carcass quality or fat downgrades, and there is a lost fertility mainly due to lower circulatory progesterone. So if you see in this what are the losses and how these all are affecting on the due to heat stress, and increase the cost of production. Then there are some management practices of heat stress. Then first one you can see modification of microenvironment shade. Now in the shade where the heat stress animals are there, you can uplift or in the air movement, then the evaporative cooling. This can be done by using fans, foggers, or in some cases or some shades, the sprinklers are used for the this management of heat stress. Then there are feeding strategies in hot environment, that is water intake. When the animals are under heat stress, we have to provide them cool water and clean water. Grazing of animals in day hours is not adopted or should not be adopted in heat stress conditions. Rather than, if you have no alternative, then the morning and evening hours should be chosen for the grazing of the animals. Then feeding of bypass protein is there, and next is genetic selection. So if you see in case of indigenous cows, then those are somewhat resistant to the heat stress rather than the crossbred cows. Then next is about cold stress. So hypothermia is defined as the lowering of body core temperature below normal values. Due to hypothermia, respiration rate and heart rate decrease and blood pressure drops. It affects on metabolic and physiological adaptations. Increased dry matter intake, rumination, gastrointestinal tract motility, body oxygen consumption and cardiac output. Increased rate of passage of feed and liquid in the rumen and digestive tract is observed in case of cold stress animals. It increases basal metabolic rate and maintenance energy requirements. It increases adrenaline, cortisols and growth hormone levels. It also increases lipolysis, glyconeogenesis and glycogenolysis, increased hepatic glucose output and decreased temperature of skin, ears and legs. Now if you see the conclusions, these conclusions are for all the three videos or all the three parts. First conclusion is change in climate is a universal phenomenon causing changes in climatic elements and disasters like drought, flood and hurricane, leading to adverse direct and indirect impact on both the living and non-living objects. Abiotic stresses, specifically heat stress, adversely affect the welfare and productivity of livestock. Livestock, being very susceptible to these adverse effects, tries to adapt these changes through various physiological changes, even at the cost of its productivity for their survival. Abiotic stress directly alters post absorptive metabolism, nutritive partitioning, and eventually production. Heat stress adversely affect the reproduction by affecting spermatogenesis, follicular dynamics, luteal functions, steroid production, oocyte quality, estrus, maternal behavior, conception, embryonic development, and also on the fetal development. Heat shock proteins and cold shock proteins appear to mitigate the effect of stress at molecular levels in cells. Thus, abiotic stress, particularly heat stress, is likely the largest impediment to efficient animal agriculture or production in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. To protect the livestock productivity commercially, as well as sustainable adoption and mitigation strategy are to be evolved and will require to be followed rigorously to save the production and reproduction potential of livestock. Friends, if you have liked the information given in this video, please do not forget to like it, share with your friends, and subscribe the channel for further updates. Also, don't forget to watch next videos that will be coming on my YouTube channel. Friends, your suggestions and feedbacks are most welcome in comment box. Thank you very much.